キラークイーンと私はこいつを名付けて呼んでいる。君を始末させてもらう。今夜もぐっすり眠れるようにね。なんで俺と同じ土俵に立てるんだ?
You know, this isn't really a matchup I expected a lot of people would argue with. I would only think that the only way these guys could be combated was who was written better. And that's a debate for someone else. This is a battle of explosive users, Yoshikage Kira and his stand Killer Queen versus Katsuki Bakugo and his quirk, Explosion. Before I get to how it works, I go over both the characters first. Let's get on to the one with the explosive personality first, Katsuki Bakugo from Boku no Hero, or however you say it. I just say My Hero because it's shorter. If you had either watched or read My Hero, you know what type of person Bakugo is. While he seems like a reckless, loud, and menacing type of person, he's exactly that, and he's smart, which you wouldn't really expect because those that are smart are usually portrayed to be the exact opposite of what Bakugo is. His strategy and intelligence in battle are his strongest attributes, and when it comes to being compared with other students, he's one of the smartest students when it comes to one-on-one fighting. This is also given information by the official character book, where his technique is 5 out of 5, and his intelligence is 4 out of 5. His intelligence shows when it comes to his ability to assess weaknesses and situations he's in, and he pairs that with his technique, and that just makes him a really strong character at that point. Now for his abilities. These are all products of his quirk, Explosion, and Bakugo's quirk. Bakugo sweats nitroglycerin and he makes it explode at will. So with it being based off of his sweat, the more that he sweats, the stronger the explosions. His quirk is strongly based on his hands because he needs his hands to sweat for it to work. It doesn't work in cold environments where his hands are unable to sweat, so there's that. He can use explosions to propel himself forward into the air, and he can also create a stun gun with his quirk. His most notable moves are his howitzer impact and his AP shot, but for anime only watchers, you're only going to know about his howitzer impact since his AP shot is around 40 chapters ahead of where season 2 ended. His howitzer impact is a very large explosion made from him turning into a human missile to make it short. Now, onto Yoshikage Kira of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable. Kira doesn't possess any experience in fighting. The only thing Kira is good with is cleaning up with his kills. When it comes down to it, he's American Psycho with a lavender suit. He kills without having experience, but he doesn't need any experience to kill because of his stand, Killer Queen. Stands, for those that don't know, I have explained this actually too many times to count. Okay, imagine a spirit being bound to a person that can touch anything. The spirit can touch anything, but no one can touch the spirit because it's a spirit. The only thing that can touch the spirit is other spirits. That's how stands work, basically. Killer Queen has a signature ability. It can make anything into a bomb. He can either charge something and then imitate pressing a handheld detonator to blow it up, or either Killer Queen or Kira touches the object directly and blows it up instantly. The ability to turn anything into a bomb is what Kira calls his first bomb, which means basically his first ability. He has a second bomb known as Sheer Heart Attack. This is his secondary stand where it comes off of the hand of Killer Queen, and from what we know, this stand is just near indestructible for other stands. It's also a heat-seeking bomb, so once it gets near a warm or hot object, it explodes. And also, before I get to mention, once it explodes, it still exists. It doesn't just disappear as like it's a grenade that like tracks you or something like that. It's still very much there. Its little toy car just continues to chase people down. Now, there's one last ability, but I don't believe that it's needed here, so it's better that we just get down into the fight. Now, I thought the most accurate scenario possible to start this fight, you have Bakugo roaming the now conjoined My Hero JoJoverse, and he sees Kira blow someone up. His job as a hero would be to stop him, and the sensible thing to do would be to get a bigger hero, but Bakugo isn't going to do that now. So there's two ways that Kira would approach this. If he wants to fully avoid the situation, he could launch Sheer Heart Attack and just walk away. The second option, which I see as the more accurate option, is that Kira will now try to kill Bakugo since he had seen him kill. So I'm going to be putting at least 15 feet between them, and now it's about who shoots first. Kira has never been the one to do that, so you're going to have Bakugo pull a Han Solo in this. Bakugo could either shoot an explosion to push Kira back, or he could launch himself at Kira. but since he doesn't know what Kira is capable of, I don't see him choosing an immediate close combat strat. So Bakugo can't shoot too large of an explosion due to them not being in the... They wouldn't ever be in the environment to do so, since everything is usually based on cities or towns or anything like that, which means that they would meet somewhere in a town. So he's going to shoot a blast that Killer Queen braces for Kira if he sees the motion for it. Since Bakugo's regular explosions aren't meant to kill and more focused on damaging and messing them up as a whole, Kira is going to be a bit messed up, but fine for the most part. Now, this is where Bakugo would try some upfront stuff, and the speed that Bakugo could launch himself is pretty fast, but with how inexperienced Kira is, I can see Bakugo doing the same thing that he pulled on Deku without getting too close, and he knocks Kira forward onto the ground. Then Bakugo and Kira are in the same position as Kira versus Josuke and Okuyasu. Then this is where Bakugo loses in this case. Since Kira had no chance to do anything with Killer Queen, he's able to easily destroy Bakugo, especially since he can't see Killer Queen at all. Killer Queen could just touch Bakugo's clothes, shoes, or even his bracers without him knowing. And by the time that he realizes that he's getting blown up, it's too late because there's nothing you can do to stop yourself from getting blown up. There's a lot of reasons why I found Kira to be the winner in a lot of this. If Kira didn't even want to deal with the fight, he could have just left sheer heart attack with Bakugo and Bakugo would die pretty easily. Since his power is reliant on his quirk and sheer heart attack is a heat-seeking bomb, he can't really do anything. Hand-to-hand combat, Bakugo wins if Killer Queen isn't even involved, but if it is, then it would be terrible for Bakugo since Killer Queen has an abnormal amount of strength to just one-shot people like it's really nothing. Plus, Bakugo isn't the one going for the kill when it comes to arresting a villain. Kira is always trying to kill the other person when combating that. So, now say that it's, just make it totally different. Now say that it's Bloodlusted Bakugo versus Bloodlusted Kira. I believe that Bakugo's AP shot could easily kill Kira. So if he got him cornered, then that would be it for Kira. There's a secondary version of the AP shot meant to avoid creating any fatalities with people, but if we're talking about Bloodlusted Bakugo, I doubt that he's going to pick the secondary version of the AP shot. If he's going to go for just straight kills, then he's going to go for his best move possible if that's the case. When it comes to certain moves like the Howitzer Impact, Killer Queen could just grab Bakugo by the neck and get him right after it, then blow him up. Since Bakugo likes to be unreasonably close when he does it, even though it creates a large blast radius, if Bakugo wants to kill and play the range game, he could win, but since it's Bakugo, I don't think he's going to be playing the range game when Bloodlusted. So anytime Bakugo is in range, that's game over at that point. Now if Bakugo could see Killer Queen, that would be a different story. If he could hit Killer Queen, that changed the game up even further, but that gets into lines where I'm just bending the rules to make it lie in Bakugo's favor. Although I think that Bakugo's explosions should be fatal if they're going to be that large. I believe that they severely nerfed Bakugo because they don't want him accidentally killing people back and forth in My Hero. Though the properties of the powers, I guess they don't have that much explanation to them, like Todoroki's ice and stuff like that. Like, how hasn't Bakugo already killed someone accidentally if these are full-on nitroglycerin explosions? But it's probably due to the potency of it altogether, so there's that. Now, for my final thoughts on this all, I can see why people would want to match Bakugo and Kira. They both use explosives technically, and they both rely on their hands for it. Now, while Kira wins most of the fights you could give between the two, Bakugo has room to grow. Since we haven't even seen what adult Bakugo could be like, he probably will have an easier chance against Kira once he's grown. When it comes to Kira, we saw all he could do. Though it was a lot, he could donut people, chop hands off with his hand, and blow everything up. So that's going to be it. Kira not only beats a kid, but he also beats a case. Now he gets away, begins the race. The next fight I'm going to be doing probably going to be All Might versus Jotaro, since a lot of people have been giving me that, and I also want to talk about All Might more in the future. Though there's going to be a lot to do so to get into that, so I'll have to be doing a lot before the fight. So if you guys enjoyed, there's other videos like this. If you're looking for more My Hero content that I would have, that's all coming soon. So until then, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out and Godspeed.